Wow! Building ito. May elevator kaya to sa loob? Parang laki nung bahay.
Exclusive! Nilibot natin ang malamansyon na bahay ng news anchor na si Constantino Torres.
Ang ganda, sobra. Alam mo, parang isa ito sa pinaka-gusto kong bahay na napuntahan ko.
Pero ano ang pagkatago-tagong kwento sa bawat sulok nito? Sino siya sa totoong buhay?
Mataray ka ba talaga?
Oo, taray ako. Maldita ako, masungit ako.
Exclusive din niyang ikinuwento na muntik na siyang mamatay ng dahil sa aneurysm.
Nakwento mo na ba kahit kanino yung nangyaring aneurysm sa'yo?
Hindi. And I'm not supposed to be here and yet I am.
Ayan! O, marunong ka!
Ano kutsilyo?
Hindi ganyan! Ibang half!
Tara, let's get to know Constantino Torres up close.
Come with me, put your hands together, ta-da, let's be happy. You will see tomorrow's brighter, ta-da, let's be happy.
Pilipino tayo, kaya lumalaban tayong nakangiti.
Anong gusto niyong malaman kay Carmina Constantino Torres? Sa unang tingin, di ba ang taray? Totoo naman, mukha naman talaga mataray si Carmina. Pero baka naman meron siyang soft side. Yan ang gusto nating ipakita. At ngayon, nandito tayo sa kanilang tahanan sa San Juan. Let's go! Wow! Building ito! May elevator kaya to sa loob? Parang laki nung bahay. Tao po! Kulit. Hi po. Ay, ang ganda ng bahay niyo, ate. Wow. Oh my God. Ang ganda pa ng bahay mo. Grabe. Ang lakas maka-San Francisco ng bahay mo. Agad-agad, di ba? Yan ang buhay vlogger. Naka-shoot agad.
I wasn't prepared. Akala ko naman mag-chismisan mo. Ganun pala.
Anyway, si Carmina pinunta ko dito pero hindi ko I can't help it but admire the
Cut
house.
your hair. It's nice.
Again.
Again. Ay, sorry. Sorry, nagchichismisan ako may kaagad.
So this one, mas matanda pa to than all of us put together. This used to be my lola's bench. This piece is done by my sister, Ninel Constantino. The grills that she used here were the grills from our lola's garden gate, and then so she incorporated it. And then the artwork behind it are actually the books that we read as children. So nung ginawa niya to and she put it in an exhibit, sabi ko, hindi, that has to, kailangan sa akin mapunta yan. So binili ko. Oo.
O yung pamilya mo, ikwento mo naman.
Ay, actually, surprise ko to sa husband ko.
The wall?
Yeah, this whole wall. So we had a photo session one time. And then, hindi niya alam that this is what I was gonna do. So nung nag-move in kami, nakita na niya. This one, parang this was, nabubulok na to, and we had our tree house. We had a tree house in my mom's house, my parents' house. Tapos this used to be like a rocking horse, ganyan. Pero ayan nabulok na yung ganyan. So pinagawa ko.
Ganda.
Kung ganyan. And then I had him restore also this other rock horse. So I became an accidental collector of horses. I don't know how it happened. So ang dami kong horses around the house. Oh, say hello to Jesus.
Antigo din.
Oo. Now this one naman, we're hosting him this year. This has been in my husband's family for more than 100 years. So every generation nag-host. Tapos pinoprosesyon sa Marilao in Bulacan. So this year it's our turn to host.
Tradition.
Okay, so this room I designed. This is my daughter's room. Itong mga chinoiserie na jars, bigay pa to sa akin ng mommy ko. When Letizia grows up and she has her a place of her own, whether she lives here or somewhere else, madadala niya. So in one item, she already has me and she has her lola. Diba? To remind her of.
Ito na. Welcome to...
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Tingnan mo to, promise. Classic. Saan ka nakakita na ganitong banyo? Sige.
Kasi I have 3 boys, di ba? And then they have their separate rooms na ganyan. So I said, gusto ko yung bonding pa rin ng magkakapatid. So I wanted, it was very clear to me na it has to be locker room style. So 3 showers, and then I had this custom made na is 1 long sink. Para sabay-sabay pa rin sila magtutoothbrush, sabay-sabay sila maliligo, magkwentuhan pa rin sila, even if they have their separate
They don't
spaces.
mind now that they're bigger?
Hindi, kasi they're also swimmers eh. So, alam naman nila there's a locker room and ganyan. So, I wanted to be like that. And then, of course, when they have their friends over, they can just all take a shower all at the same time.
First time ko nakitang may ganitong banyo.
Talaga?
Sa bahay? Oo naman. O, bumaba na tayo sa elevator.
Ay, sige.
Enchanted Kingdom! Every day, magic is here. Actually, magical si house. You think? I am saying, I mean, frankly speaking. Ang ganda naman itong ref mo.
Palamig ka muna.
Nga, tara sa para daw fresh. Ay, uy, malamig nga talaga. I'm not kidding.
Ikaw, maghiwa ka. Gusto mo?
Paano tsura?
Cut mo lang ng... I-cut mo. Ayan! O, marunong ka! Tapos in half.
Ang ganda ng kutsilyo.
Hindi ganyan! Ibang half!
Anong half?
Ganyan.
Kasalanan mo yan. Pinagkatiwalaan
Ganyan.
mo ako. Ayun.
So pag tinatanong nga ako, di ba, parang ganyan, superwoman and ganyan-ganyan. So how I think about it is, my work is my me time. Because my real, I don't know if you can call it a job, but my real focus kasi is my family eh. Di ba? Parang,
Pero sa trabaho, madami ring demands sa'yo.
Marami
Dito
rin.
sa pamilya, parang may demands rin sila
Oo,
from
tapos
you.
ang dami-dami
Saan
kong
yung
anak,
me time
diba?
to? Saan yung me time? Doon kung ang daming demands ng tao sa paligid.
well, parang I think through the years, I've learned how to like compartmentalize na, okay, this is for me, for this aspect of my life. But before I go to work, I make sure I work out. So that's for my my inner well-being and my physical well-being as well. Yun. And then my family. Simple lang. You put olive oil.
Simple lang naman pala magluto. Anong nilutuin pa ba to? Or
Oo, parang i-bake mo lang. My kids love this kasi parang after a while, it becomes super sweet. Lola.
ayan, ito yung other side ni Casey.
Ano ba? Ay,
Question.
Ano?
Mataray ka ba talaga?
oo.
Hindi nga, mataray ka.
Ano sa tingin mo, kuya? Yes. Oh, yes daw. Oo. Mataray ako. Mataray ako, maldita ako, masungit ako, everything. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not, because I really am.
Bakit tingin ko sa'yo mabait?
Pero mabait kasi ko din. It doesn't have to be just one, di ba? Eh, kung halimbawa, binabastos ka na, di ba? Or parang di na maganda yung ginagawa sa'yo, magbabait-baitan ka pa rin ba? So me, I'm mataray, I'm masungit, I'm maldita. But sa tamang panahon, hindi naman yung always.
Hindi naka-switch on palagi.
May times lately na nakaka-switch on kasi nakakainis yung nangyayari sa bansang to, di ba? Parang mapapag-isip ka na lang na, ano ba? Wait, so we're just putting Parmesan cheese.
Baka sumama ang lasa nito.
Ay, hindi. Happiness. And then you just put it in the oven, under low heat. Hindi matutulungan.
Hindi ko alam kung saan ko ilalagay.
Eh, kunin mo na.
O, saan ko lalagay
Ay, hindi.
ito?
Oh. Ako na lang. Baka mamaya lumabas yung galit mo sa akin. Oh, no! Ito pala yung setup mo sa akin.
Mula si Casey sa angkan ng historia na si Renato Constantino Sr.
Kwento mo yung pamilya mo.
I grew up na parang tama lang eh. There was like a balance of authority and tradition and principles and ganyan. And then na-fuel siya ng love, ng nurture, ng warmth, yung talagang and propping up. I was lucky enough to grow up in a family where women are empowered. May prinsipyo, may paninindigan, may tradisyon, may pagmamahal, may pagkalinga, 'di ba? Pero may pag-aangat na hindi ka basta babae lang, hindi ka lang babae, pero babae ka and you have your own, you have your own strengths, your own power, 'di ba?
Kung sasabihin Casey Constantino, sino ka, paano mo ilalarawan yung sarili mo?
My gosh. I guess that's why my handles on social media, it's all constant. It's constant Casey. So it's constant. Constant lang ako. I'm consistent. I'm constant. I'm constantly like
And it's
like
all
this.
about consistency.
Yeah.
Yung sabi mo every day, you have to make a mark or see something in the day that kahit hindi siya extraordinary.
Yeah, because not all days are extraordinary, but there has to be some day, one thing in that day that makes a mark, just for me to say na, okay, tapos na tong araw na to. So that the next day, I get to begin again.
Nakwento mo na ba kahit kanino yung nangyaring aneurysm sa'yo? Kwento mo sa anong year yun?
2015, I was preparing for my youngest boy's third birthday. Imagine that, he was only 3 years old. So I was in between programs because I had my noontime and then I had an afternoon. But before that, I was feeling something na I couldn't quite explain. I told my husband, sabi ko, I feel like I'm fading away. Sabi niya, what do you mean? Sabi ko, I feel like I'm fading away. I think I need to get a massage. So sabi niya, sige. So you book. So I went to a spot, tapos nagpamasahe ako. And then he said, oh, how are you feeling after? Sabi ko, same, but I feel bugbog. Ganyan. Kasi sinabi ko dun sa masahista, can you make it super hard? Kasi nga parang feeling ko, I was drifting away. I don't know how to explain it. Pero parang hindi na ako grounded in this reality. So I needed to feel na I was present. Kaya sabi ko, please make it super hard. The next day, ganun pa rin yung feeling ko. To the point na, I told my husband before we parted ways, he was gonna go to work and I was gonna go to work. I said, can you hug me? Sabi niya, why? Sabi ko, because I feel like I'm fading away. So we hugged. That afternoon, I was na in between programs and then sabi ko, ano kayang good? And then I was feeling na parang pag naglalakad ako, parang may nafe-feel akong something na masakit sa likod. And then I was parang at the back of my throat, I tasted something parang metallic, like blood. It was weird. It was a new feeling, but I didn't think much of it. And then pumunta ako sa room nung CEO ng ANC before, si Celeste. So we hung out, and then all of a sudden, I felt my head snap back. Like, snap back. So I said, Celeste, parang something's wrong. Sabi niya, okay, I'll call the emergency crew. Within like, I think 10 minutes, the emergency crew, dumating na dun sa room ni Celeste. And then they were saying, I remember this, they had a stretcher. Sabi nila, ma'am, andito na po yung stretcher, ibababa ka na po namin. Sabi ko, no, you are going to get a wheelchair and I'm going to sit in that wheelchair. At yung wheelchair na yun ang iaangat nyo sa ambulance, I am not gonna lie down. Ganyan. I also remember kasi parang nag-agaw na siya, Ate Bia. Parang I was so tired. I was fading away. I was tired. Parang the sounds were becoming so distant already. Yung ganyan. But I remember also an interview that I had with a doctor when FPJ died. I remember that. And the doctor said, pag may ganyang instance, you have to stay as lucid as possible. Yun yung natandaan ko. So I was like fighting it, na parang I have to stay lucid. So I was like giving instructions to people. And then that actually saved my life. The fact that I said, don't bring me down on a stretcher because the bleeding was on the base. So kung hiniga nila ako, mag-short circuit na yan. And then when I got to the hospital, they were doing everything. Parang they were telling me to do, okay, so I got to the ER. The moment I heard my husband's voice, that he was there already, sabi ko, it's okay, Noel's here, I can sleep na. Ganyan. So, but then they were saying, they were doing, they were performing all the tests on me, mga physical na ganyan-ganyan, na ginagawa ko daw. I have no recollection. Pero ginagawa ko daw. So they felt na parang, I was okay. So they said, sige, ma-confine ka na muna because you may be dehydrated or maybe it's fatigue. I have no recollection whatsoever. Pero that night, around early morning na, I think 1:30, my husband was awake, which is so weird because he never sleeps at that time. He's a early sleeper yan eh. But he was working. We were in the hospital. And then all of a sudden daw, I sat up and I screamed, somebody help me, I can't breathe. And then I fell back down with my eyes wide open and then the code blue na ako. So people, and then at the time, Noel called my parents, ganyan, and my parents were telling me that, you know, when they came in, I crashed. I crashed. And then when I came to, so they had to perform an emergency brain surgery. And when I came to, ang inisip ko pa, paano yung birthday ng anak ko? Like, because I lost a few days because I was in the ICU. But when I came to, I was like, wait, what about the suppliers and the ganyan? And, you know, my son didn't get to celebrate. We were planning a big party because it was his third birthday, so we had to let go of that. So there. So after that time, parang there's a sweet spot between life and death that you don't want to let go of. Parang it's so clear. It's so clear what's important to you. It's so clear what you should care for, and there's this lightness that you feel that you just want to stay there. Na parang everything is just so pure and you see things in a different light. But then, of course, life starts to creep in, di ba? But that's been my goal, na parang to be in that sweet space, for life not to totally consume me, for the complexities of life to not consume me yet again. Yun.
So nagbago ka from that moment? Or
Parang I'd say not super bago because, as I said, I've been quite constant. Oo, but I think there's just really a lot of clarity now in my life.
and mas deliberate, I suppose.
Oo, parang I now know the whys in my life and why I have to do this, why I don't have to do this, ganyan.
Eh ano yung why, bakit kaya nangyari sa'yo yun? Kasi madalas kapag ako I don't know if it's the same with you. If something happens sa akin na medyo tragic or traumatic, isipin ko may dahilan for everything. Nalagyan mo na ba ng rason kung bakit kaya nangyari
Hindi ko siya iniisip. I'm just thankful that I'm alive. Na every single milestone of my kids, you know, even when I'm just walking with them to school every single day, ramdam na ramdam ko yun. And I'm not supposed to be here and yet I am. Diba? So, hindi ko na iniisip, bakit kaya hindi na, di ba? Tapos na eh, nangyari na eh. Gusto ko lang, it's gotta be worth it. I mean, this has gotta be worth it, di ba? Binuhay ka eh. So, make it worth it, di ba? So every day, that's my prayer. I start up my day saying, thank you that I get to live another day, to honor this second life. To honor you, to take care of my body, and to honor this second life that you've given me. So, ano siya, edible garden. So, I have my mint, pandan, my lemon tree, lemongrass, may sili, and then there's calamansi. Naging tradition ko na rin dito sa pamilya namin that whenever a loved one passes away, we would plant a fruit-bearing tree. Para even when that person is gone, when the tree would bear fruit, parang inaalagaan pa rin kami. So we planted this lemon tree in honor of my dad who passed away last April. Okay, so I have to tell you about this tree. This is the reason why we bought the property. Kasi when I looked at it, parang it was so, I don't know, parang ang quirky-quirky niya. Mango tree siya eh. Pero hindi siya straight up kasi sabi nung architect ko, bumagsak na siya. Bumagsak na siya dati, pero patuloy siyang nabuhay. So, paslant siyang ganyan. So, I love the quirkiness. I love that it's... Nagpursige siya.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
So, it's very symbolic as well. And parang the branches are so sculptural.
Ganda. Buti lumalabas ka pa sa ganda ng bahay mo para ayaw mo nang umalis.
Hindi, kaya nga I make sure that I have that moment during the day before I start my day to go around and ganyan. Water the plants, plant, and ganyan.
Ang ganda, sobra.
Sabihin.
Alam mo, parang isa ito sa pinaka-gusto kong bahay na napuntahan ko. Magkwento ka pa. Ang ganda. Pero na-imagine mo tatanda ka na dito. Dapat.
Oh yeah. We designed the house during the pandemic. So as we were designing it, it was very clear to us. 'Di ba? Kasi nung pandemic, nabukas talaga yung kamalayan natin sa ano bang importante sa buhay. We wanted it to be like the hangout of our children's friends. 'Di ba? Para kasi kami din ganon when we were growing up. Lahat ng mga kaibigan namin, kilala yung parents ko. My parents have a relationship with all their friends, ganyan.
Nangyari naman dito, yung mga anak mo dito.
Nag-sleepover na. Nag-sleepover na yung mga bata. At saka gusto ko, you know, the parents of these kids, we also invite them over para makita nila na, okay, this is a safe space for your kids. At saka dun ko talaga sinasabi na mabait akong tao.
And that's the other side of Casey Constantino Torres. At kagaya ng palagi nating sinasabi, Pilipino tayo, kaya lumalaban tayong nakangiti. Be happy! Finally, nagpa-podcast ka na. Bakit ngayon lang?
Di ko rin alam. But I know the force behind it, and it's my husband. Sabi niya, maybe it's time for you to do your own thing. So I said, yeah, okay. And then it felt right. And then this is it. So welcome. You're gonna be in the hot seat in a bit.
Okay, ito na. Panoorin niyo sa vlog niya ang aming interview. Babawi siya.
Babawi ako!
Bawi daw siya.
Hindi pwedeng hindi.
Oo.